I salute you, great Biafrans. There's a video I would like to share with us and would analyze that video. But before I analyze that video, there's something I want to bring to the notice of everyone. This platform is strictly in support of freedom. This platform is strictly in support of the works of Simon Ekpa. I haven't seen that Simon Ekpa is working strictly for the liberation of Biafra. This platform does not support the stupidity of the DOS and the accountability group and whatever they call themselves. We are strictly in support of the good works of Mazi Simon Ekpa and every other well-meaning Biafrans who are doing things right to ensure that we get to our promised land. Now, we made a post yesterday explaining to the Biafran people how these lawyers have sabotaged Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And somebody said it was a lie. Now, I just want to show you a picture. This picture you are seeing, what does it represent? What does it tell you? Do you not know that there is something that is called conflict of interest? Conflict of interest. You are representing a freedom fighter and you are romancing with his oppressors, people who have kept him in prison. What kind of a thing is that? Some people just listen to broadcasts, listen without reasoning deep to understand what are these things, what are the hidden truths in these broadcasts. Some people cannot demystify the mystery behind certain broadcasts. You came out and see lawyers saying that they are speaking on behalf of their client, even if they did not get permission to speak on behalf of their client. Even if they did not get that permission, their client did not give them that permission to speak, they went ahead to speak. Is it right for a lawyer to speak on behalf of his client when his client has not given him that permission to speak, that express permission to speak? And in a case like this, a very serious case like this of freedom, you just come out and speak and you say Nigeria is your only home, when we are talking of getting Biafra and a lawyer that's representing us is saying Nigeria is his only home, and you think that those lawyers are not sabotaging Nnamdi Kanu. Some of you do not understand what is happening. Have you ever asked yourself why Nnamdi Kanu has not been released? Have you ever asked yourself why Nnamdi Kanu even cannot come out on public space? They don't even want him to come out on public space, to even make a speech. Have you ever asked yourself why? Have you ever asked yourself why Nnamdi Kanu has not even at least sent him to the prisons first before you start doing this thing, so that people can be able to assess him, take record of what he's saying? You come out here and you can't even reason properly. That's why I said that this platform is for people who truly want freedom. We don't want people who are here jumping up and down, claiming you are IPOB without even understanding what you are into. Many persons have died because of this freedom, and we cannot afford to allow fools to move around and begin to spew nonsense.
We also saw we almost saw a replica in the Southwest where I come from, when a Sunday ago wanted to play the role of Nnamdi Kanu in the Southwest. But we Southwesterners, we came out and said, no way. Sunday ago that cannot write that cannot write the full word of Sunday, that doesn't even know the spelling of Sunday, will come and lead me. There's a Yoruba man with my education, with my sophistication. We said no way.
All right, nothing. But the same thing too has transpired with a couple of Southeast elders. They have actually pleaded with the federal government to do something about this as soon as possible. In fact, there have been clamors with the Finnish government to repatriate Simon Ekpa. There are evidences of the tweets that he has put out there and the kind of statements he has put out there, literally indicting him to cause chaos in the Southeast. Why do you think the government has delayed in repatriating him back to the country to answer to the crimes?
Well, you know, the Nigerian law, it does not have jurisdiction over the laws in Finland, where Simon Ekpa is. And if you are going to seek the repatriation of Simon Ekpa, you must put the facts on the table. And those facts have to be interrogated by the process, by the laws in Finland. You cannot just sit down here and say, oh, they should repatriate Simon Ekpa. That's not how the law works, with facts and evidence.
There are evidences. There are evidences with some broadcasts that Simon Ekpa has made. There are evidences with the tweets that he had tweeted, or especially now called X. In fact, immediately this situation occurred yesterday, he wrote on his X account that next time let him see anybody who would not obey the sit-at-home order. That tweet already indicts him by saying possibly he encouraged these unknown gunmen to exert that mayhem there. So what stops the government of Nigeria, in collaboration with the Finnish government, based on all of these broadcasts and tweets that he has done, to repatriate him like they did with Nnamdi Kanu?
Well, what I'm telling you is that the law works with facts. And I've told you, I'm a Nigerian. I only know about the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I don't know about the laws of the Republic or the Republic of Finland. Right. And I've told you that if you're seeking repatriation, it does not just work in a jiffy like that. You are okay. Let me give you an example, an instance. The Nigerian government, has tried to repatriate, the former indicted senator who is now lead, Bubuji Kashamu. You recognize how he went to the court of law and he was able to stall his repatriation to the US to answer for drug charges. So I wouldn't know. Maybe the Nigerian government has made that effort, and Simon Ekpa has gone to court in Finland, right. And the case is still in court until the court gives its judgment. There's even a recent one before us of the former police boss. I'm talking about Kiari now, who is supposed to have been repatriated to the US. But because the guy has gone to court, until the judicial process is fully exhausted, you can't do anything except if you want us to.
Now, if you listen carefully to them, you would see the lies that these media people, propagate, the lies that they disseminate to the populace. How can you say, after all the informations and evidence in the public, that Nnamdi Kanu was repatriated from Kenya to Nigeria? Due process was not followed to bring him back to Nigeria. This man was talking about Abakari and all other people that followed due process, and they were not sent back to where they were asked to come to. The Abakari was called upon by the United States government, but then they went to court and covered the whole thing, and they did not send him. He is now free today. But Nnamdi Kanu, they violated international laws to kidnap him. It is called extraordinary rendition. They forcefully kidnapped him and brought him back to Nigeria. In Kenya, under their paperwork and everything, Nnamdi Kanu is still in Kenya by their paperwork. So what Nigeria has done is international crime, and as such, they lack the legitimacy to hear that case. They have Nnamdi Kanu has no case to answer in Nigeria. They need to send him back to where they brought him from before you start even talking about anything. Now, the second thing is that these people continue to spew rubbish. They continue to spew rubbish. Now that they are following the due process, they are fighting to see how to bring Simon Ekpa back to Nigeria. You have seen how difficult it is for them, because Simon Ekpa holds, credible information and, facts on his defense. What am I talking about? There are evidences, serious evidences against the Nigerian government about how they continue to buy innocent people, about how they continue to buy innocent Biafrans. And that is why Simon Ekpa has come out with his own army to defend the people. It is self-defense. It is allowed in international law. It is called self-defense. All these people that call themselves media personals, are they not, enlightened enough? Were they not there when they were buying people in the East? Were they not there when they were disappearing priests, disappearing villagers, disappearing travelers on the highway? Were they not there when we were calling for the state governments, the state governors to do something to provide security? And knowing fully well that the police and the army have been overwhelmed, the state government went to, create a security outfit that they said that the police is going to still head. And we were shouting, no, these police people that you are calling to head this thing are the same police people that have failed woefully. We need indigenous people to secure the land. Give them guns, give them ammunition for them to secure the land. And they did not do that until Nnamdi Kanu came up with Eastern Security Network and protected the land. So everything that is being done is done under the internationally accepted law, which is self-defense. It is a natural law. Anybody who comes to, buy you now, you would want to defend yourself so that the person will not buy you. If it means that you can buy the person, you buy the person so that you don't go down. It is not just an international law, it is a law of nature. It is a law of nature. Natural instincts will just make you immediately fight back. Anybody who wants to come and buy you, you are going to naturally fight back immediately. It's either, they call it fight or flight hormone. So it's either you fight or you run away. You defend yourself one way or the other. You defend yourself.
Nelson, so now let's talk about what we know. Let's talk about what we know. Let's not let's move away from what we don't really know. Let's look at what we know. Now we know that Nnamdi Kanu, who puts himself as the leader of IPOB, all right, has said, look, I'm not for the seat at home. Seat at home initially was for whenever he was being taken to court, but then that was taken out of, that was taken overboard and has created chaos in the region. Now he has come out to say, look, let us turn Mondays into empowerment days. All right. Now, we saw the progress that was being made in that regard. Now, we also know that when Simon Ekpa has been purported to be working for somebody within the government. Now, who that person is, we don't know for sure. That is also what we know. We also do know that Asarido Kubo most recently made a statement that his men are the ones around the southeast, and if anybody tries to do show themselves in the southeast, they will treat them accordingly. That is another thing that we know. Nelson, please.
Hello?
I'm here. I can hear you clearly. We can hear you clearly, Nelson.
What was the last statement you made? That somebody said his men are in the southeast. Please come again.
Oh, I did say. Were you not aware that Asarido Kubo made a statement very recently that his men are operating within the southeast, and they will curb whoever decides to take things overboard. I'm rephrasing his words now.
Well, I'm not aware of Asarido Kubo's statement, but if he has made that statement, I'm sure the security agencies would have, investigated such statements to be able to determine its linkage with the Southeast. But you and I
were you aware?
For free.
Were you aware of the statement? Sorry to interrupt you. I do apologize. Were you aware of the statement that he made on YouTube, where he brandished guns and said he was going to, he made some really terrible statements that he was going to deal with Southeasterners? Did you see that one? Were you aware of that?
I saw the video, but I didn't get to hear the audio of what he was saying in that video. I didn't get to hear it. I saw that video. But what I'm telling you is that if he has made such statements, it is within the purview of the security agencies to do the needful.
I'm tired of these people. They continue to lie. And look at this man. Look at how advanced he is, coming to national television to lie. to public to lie. How can you say you saw a video? You saw the video quite well, but you didn't get to hear the audio. What kind of a thing is this? You saw the video, but you didn't get to hear the audio. You see how they lie to themselves. That's why I continue to say that we cannot trust the Yoruba people. You can't just trust them. They are self-centered. They don't look forward because they are enjoying from the Nigerian government. And what are they enjoying? It is your own resources that comes from Biafra land. So they don't want a situation where you will be free and give them conditions for them to access your resources. This is what they are fighting against. They can't stand with you. Where have you seen the Oduduwa agitators? Immediately Jagaban got into power. All of them are silent. All of them are silent. This is not the way. These people are not, these people are not people to be trusted. It is something we know way long time ago. So anybody who claims not to know is just deceiving him or herself. It's just deceiving him or herself. So this is what I want our people to begin to open their minds to. Open your minds to see that you are alone. Oh. You are just alone. You are just alone. The earlier you discover that you need to create a country of your own, the better for you. And our elites, our top men, our business moguls need to start understanding this. There needs to be tax collection in the Biafra territory. There needs to be defense of the Biafra territory and tax collection. The Nigerian government should not be collecting tax from the people operating in the Biafra territory. It should be collected by the Biafra government in exile, so that we suffocate these people more and take charge of our territory. We need to start working. We need to start working. And we thank God for Simon Ekpa and the speed at which he is moving at this moment. We pray that Chukwu Kabiama will continue to give him the strength, the wisdom, and enablement to move forward and to achieve this great freedom that we are looking out for. Thank you for listening. I will come your way some other time. There are so many videos I need to analyze and bring forward to Biafran people to see and understand what is happening. We have been subjugated enough. It is time for freedom. It is freedom o'clock. Thank you, Biafrans, for watching. Biafra first. Freedom is all we need. Peace, unity, equity, and justice.